Hello, Spenglers. Ah, the Great Divide. No, not the continental one, but the Great Roofing Divide. On one side, the American standard, fast, cheap, and let's call it optimistically functional. On the other, German precision, where a metal roof isn't just shelter, but craftsmanship built to last centuries, depending on the material. Let's start with what's common in the US. PBR panels, snap block standing seam, and exposed fastener systems are everywhere. Why? Well, they're easy to install, relatively inexpensive, and widely available. But here's the problem. They rely on shortcuts like exposed fasteners, rubber seals, caulking, and overlapping panels. When a system depends on materials that degrade over time, failure isn't a possibility. It's inevitable. Take PBR panels. They're common in commercial and agricultural settings and even get touted as an upgrade on home makeover shows. But they rely on screws with rubber gaskets to stay watertight. Over time, those screws loosen, the rubber dries out, and suddenly your maintenance-free roof comes with a bucket and a tarp. Then there's snap block standing seam. It looks sleeker, but don't be fooled. These systems depend on caulked overlaps and rubber boots, both weak points over time. And any of the system's connections, weak by design. Many require sealants just to stay together, meaning the entire system is a ticking time bomb. Snow guards? Forget it. Most of these systems can't handle them without creating new vulnerabilities. They're simply too weak for heavy snow loads, and since they can't be properly seamed, leaks are just a matter of time. And exposed fastener systems? They're the ultimate exercise in wishful thinking. Screws drilled through the panel mean water intrusion is only a matter of time. Factor in thermal expansion, and those screws back out like a bad roommate skipping rent. Then there's aesthetics. Drive through any American town and you'll likely see wavy panels, mist vatch flashing, and quite possibly plastic snow guards glued directly onto the roof. Yes, glued. Because when a system isn't designed for proper snow abatement, you're left with Band-Aid solutions that fail spectacularly when the winter rolls in. Now compare that with German-engineered metal roofing systems like ours. Every system is fully interlocked, not held together by caulk and wishful thinking. Snow guards? They're engineered to hold back tons of snow. We can scale the roof with our snow guards and secure our harnesses to the rails. We trust our lives to them. Heat tape? Not needed. Ice damming happens because of poor insulation, not bad roofs. The ice and water just end up on the roof because that's where the snow is. With proper ventilation and installation, their heat is minimized, eliminating the conditions that cause ice buildup in the first place. Consider what happens when the electricity goes out. If your roof depends on heat tape, you're in trouble. Heat tape is outrageously expensive and an environmental disaster. Why rely on a system that costs a fortune to operate and still isn't a real solution? Even the smallest details matter. Edge terminations are fully folded, eliminating exposed seams that could wick water inside. Expansion joints allow for natural material movement without stressing the panels. Every component is designed to work together seamlessly, creating a system that is not only watertight, but virtually maintenance-free. Not all roofs are created equal. And while there are plenty of options on the market, some stand out for the wrong reasons. In the grand scheme of things, asphalt shingles are the worst. They dominate the US market, covering millions of homes, but that doesn't make them good. They're the ultimate example of planned obsolescence. Roofs designed to fail. And let's be honest, they never look good for long. The average lifespan of asphalt shingles? 15 to 20 years, if you're lucky. That means most homeowners will replace their roof at least twice over the life of their mortgage. And if a bad storm, heavy snowfall, or a bit of hail comes through, expect premature failure, leaks, and insurance claims. Shingles curl, crack, and shed granules, leaving them vulnerable to water intrusion. Then there's the maintenance. Asphalt shingles rely on layers of underlayment, metal flashing, and sealants to stay waterproof. But as those layers degrade, water seeps in. And since shingles are nailed through the surface, every nail hole is a potential leak. Over time, the roof becomes a patchwork of fixes until it's time for a full replacement. Energy efficiency? A disaster. Asphalt shingles absorb and hold heat like a sponge, turning your attic into an oven in summer and forcing your AC to work overtime. Even so-called cool roof shingles don't come close to metal's performance, which reflects heat instead of trapping it. The key difference? Thickness. Asphalt shingles are thick and dense, which means they store heat throughout the day and slowly release it long after the sun has set. Metal, on the other hand, is thin and has a low thermal mass, meaning it doesn't hold on to heat. As soon as the sun goes down, metal roofing cools almost instantly, often within minutes, while asphalt continues radiating heat for hours, keeping your home warmer when you don't want it to be. The same issue happens in winter. Asphalt doesn't just retain heat, it also holds on to cold, keeping the roof surface colder for longer. This can lead to increased condensation and ice formation, while a properly designed metal roof adjusts quickly to temperature changes, preventing these issues before they even start. Because metal responds rapidly to its environment, it helps maintain more stable indoor temperatures year-round, reducing energy costs and improving overall comfort. Aesthetics? We can do so much better, yes? Environmental impact? Terrible. Asphalt shingles are a petroleum-based product, and millions of tons end up in landfills every year. Because they degrade so quickly, they require constant replacement, adding to waste. Metal roofing, on the other hand, is 100% recyclable and, depending on the material, can last for centuries with minimal or even no maintenance. In short, asphalt shingles are cheap up front but costly in the long run. They overheat homes, fail quickly, and require constant maintenance. A properly designed metal roof? Well, it's an investment that pays for itself in durability, energy efficiency, and enduring beauty, for sure. Now, let's talk about slate roofs. Properly installed slate roofing, done the German way, is stunning and durable. But no matter how well it's installed, slate is brittle. It will break, and repairs will always be a part of the deal. That's why even historic buildings in Europe have transitioned to metal for long-term performance. Usually, slate requires repairs at least twice a year, and because slate replacement is tricky, most roofing crews damage even more slates just by trying to fix the first ones. The result? A roof in a constant state of repair. And within a few years, very little of the original material remains. And then we have cedar shake. While it might have rustic charm, it's actually one of the worst roofing choices, even worse than asphalt shingles. Why? Because asphalt, at the very least, is watertight for a while. Cedar shake, on the other hand, is never fully watertight. That's why every row requires an ice and water shield underneath just to keep things dry. Even with that extra layer of protection, it still requires frequent attention, much like slate. But the issues don't stop there. Unlike metal, which forms a complete barrier against water, cedar relies on layers and hope. The reality? Trapped moisture leads to rot, mold, and decay, making it one of the highest maintenance roofing choices out there. Beyond durability, there's something every roof should provide: beauty. One of our recent clients in Beverly Hills loved their roof so much, they set up chairs on their lawn just to admire it. That's what a true investment in craftsmanship looks like, something worth appreciating for generations. The right roof isn't just protection, It's an enduring statement of craftsmanship. Our clients don't just buy a roof. They invest in something that stands the test of time. If you're upgrading, make it count. Otherwise, just admit it's temporary. Ready to future-proof your building? Let's make it happen. Check out the video description for our contact link. Bis bald. If you found this information helpful and want more expert insights on highly engineered metal roofing, cladding, and complete building envelope solutions backed by German expertise, hit that subscribe button. We're constantly sharing tips, techniques, and knowledge you won't find anywhere else. Have a project in mind? Drop a comment below or visit SpenglerIndustries.com to contact us directly. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, send it their way. Thanks.